life is something that goes on in a water solution. A cactus is basically a plant that is designed to live in a water-deficient environment with a metabolism to preserve to the maximum amount the water that they need to live.
Lophusarius shottii.
This is a really nice specimen.
Wow.
This is fasciation, you know, cresting. This was found in the wild. This plant came from just across the river in Mexico.
Wow, that is enormous.
It is, isn't it? You don't see them much bigger than that, ever. It's probably a 50 or 60-year-old plant you're looking at.
And why is it the case that these cacti are in a cage?
Oh, it's strictly DEA. For any Schedule I substance, you always have to have 3 locks. So there's the gate out there, there's the door to the greenhouse, and there's this lock here. That gives you what's considered adequate protection against going where it's not authorized.
Just a hair over 5 inches.
Wow. They treat the plant and the substance as equally, how should we say, dangerous. The mescaline molecule is produced in fairly high quantities in the tissues of the plant. The peyote doesn't need spines because it has alkaloids. It becomes an automatic herbivore deterrent. You take one bite of that and you say, no, I don't like that.
In 1897, German pharmacologist Arthur Hefter became the father of psychedelic chemistry when he isolated and ingested 150 milligrams of mescaline hydrochloride. He concluded it was the alkaloid responsible for the visions of peyote.
The fact that mescaline produces this psychoactive or spiritual effect in humans is a
total accident. The history of peyote goes back as far as we know to some specimens that were excavated by archaeologists in 1933. These artifacts were effigies of peyote buttons. We did the radiocarbon dating. It was right at about 6,000 years before present. Peyote was in wide use. It was traded between tribes and used as medicine for an arrow wound. There was an outbreak of cholera in the 19th century where peyote was apparently used, indicating an antibacterial effect. Toward the end of the 19th century, the native tribes were deprived of their land, first of all, moved off of their native territory, put in these reservations, which were not much better than jails. And just at that time, when their cultures had basically fallen apart, there was nothing left for them, that's when the ceremony that we recognize now as a typical peyote ceremony showed up. Those things only started happening toward the end of the 19th century.
In a typical ceremony, an ordained guide called a roadman led the congregants in all-night peyote rituals used to mark life events, heal the sick, and communicate with ancestral spirits.
By the turn of the century, the peyote religion had spread all over the Plains tribes. Largely, it was due to the great Comanche chief, Quanah Parker. When he saw what good the peyote did for his tribe, he said, these other people need to know about this.
At some point, there is either a legal or racial or religious opposition, or all three.
All three.
To this plant.
Absolutely. The authorities and the church particularly wanted peyote to disappear, to go away.
As the peyote religion spread, a propaganda campaign by prohibitionists, Christian missionaries, and opportunistic lawmakers mischaracterized peyote as a deadly addictive drug that drove its users insane. So peyotists united as the Native American Church to protect their practices from white prohibitionists. In 1970, the Controlled Substances Act placed peyote in Schedule I, making it illegal across the United States. But Native Americans demanded the right to use their holy sacrament.
I represent this peyote and I take it as a holy medicine. All my life, I can see that this medicine hasn't harmed anybody.
Fortunately, in the mid-1990s, the Congress made an exemption for peyote for bona fide ceremonial use.
To protect perhaps the most precious of all American liberties, religious freedom.
The peyote distributors are now registered with the DEA. They are all getting up in age. And so the number of peyote distributors has declined with the amount of harvestable peyote that has declined.